What's up, guys? Welcome back to TBN Off-Road. I'm Seth. We're back in the shop today, and if you saw our last video, you saw me assemble the Motobilt half door for the JK. We've got a couple more things to do to it before I go ahead and paint the door. So today we're installing the adapter kit from Motobilt that allows us to run the Bestop element upper. I just want to make sure I've got more coverage on the Jeep when it's sitting on a trailer and we're driving through a thunderstorm, or if we do actually wheel when it's inclement weather. So it's a pretty simple project. We've got a template from Motobilt that I already printed and cut out. We've essentially just got to lay it on the bracket, drill our holes, test fit it on the door. Let's get after it. So the assembly instructions are on Motobilt's website. They do have a really quick video, but this one's going to be a little more extensive than that. One thing to note, when you print this out, you want to make sure that you print these on full scale 8x11 paper, and then you're going to have to go over here, cut them out, tape them together. I think the first time I printed this, it put everything on one piece of paper and it was too small. So I'm just using an X-Acto knife to cut these out. I got your two big ones, and then I've cut these small ones out. You just have to kind of be gentle and go easy, but once these are cut out, we should be able to align them. Okay, those three are cut out. A little rough, but we're really just gonna, I've got a paint pen I'll mark it with. You can use a Sharpie or whatever you want, but let's get this on the door. Okay, one thing to note, we've got all the holes cut out, but this does not say driver or passenger side. The directions from Motobilt don't designate a driver or passenger, but if you click on the drillable template on their website, you do have them. The issue is when you go to print this, it's going to print it all on one piece of paper. I couldn't figure out how to get it blown up. So essentially, I printed from the directions, 100% scale, taped them together. You just saw me cut out the holes, but then we'll just flip it because it's just a mirror image. So we'll use this. We're working on the driver's side right now, so we'll get it lined up like this. Okay, the directions have us remove these three holes. We're going to stand the door up. Then we're going to take our template, and again, this is the driver's side I'm working on. So I'm going to flip this around. We're going to slide this in between. And we're going to line up the small holes down here. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I'm probably going to grab some tape, but that looks pretty close. So you can see when we tape this down, I've got it kind of lined up here. These holes are lined up with the template hole. So I'll tape that down. We'll mark these big holes and then I'll cut those out. Okay, there we go. It's taped down. Like I said, Sharpie, whatever. I got a paint pen. I'm just going to mark this. And these don't need to be perfect. You're really just looking for a guide. Motobilt has said that these don't need to be perfect. You can go a little big because the sill plate covers it up. You're really just trying to make a relief hole so that these guys have something to slide into. So I have a 7/8 inch hole saw, and it's almost the exact same diameter as those brackets. So I think I'm going to start there, and then we'll use something else to open that hole up. All right, we'll just use a jigsaw to clean up the rest. Okay, I opened it up enough, or I opened it up some. I don't know if it's enough, so we're just going to test fit. Okay, so close but not quite. So you can see I got a gap here because I haven't drilled the holes high enough up. So let me show you how far I went. So these really need to get into this upper curve, and I just kind of stop there. So I'll open this up down here just a little bit more. Okay, now you can see everything is lined up. She drops right in, it's square. Turn this around a little. So that is what that is going to look like, and it is lined up on this side as well. We got a nice reveal there. So moving on to the next step. So once I remove that, you can kind of see these don't need to be clean. Like I said, you're covering everything up. I'll probably sand those down a little bit, but they just go into that top bend. You got to get them just up there. And then I kind of had to open these up a little bit so it had room to slide left and right so that this reveal was good, but that's kind of what those look like. Okay, we also have this little guy that goes on here. So I'm not even going to tape this. I'm really just going to line it up since these are such rough holes, and we'll get ourselves a starting point, but that looks good enough to me. Okay, driller out. Okay. All right, that actually fits really good. I can open that up a little if I want. But yeah, she looks good. So next, the directions have us remove the inner plate. And I don't know if I'm gonna fully remove this or not because I've already got my latch system hooked up. Essentially, we have to slide in our new brackets and drill, make sure they align, and then drill our holes. Like there's some on the front side and there's some on the back side. So now that I'm in here, I can kind of see what is hitting what, and I still might need to open this up just a little bit. Yeah, I can see it's hitting down here. So I'm gonna do a little trimming, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I open this up a little bit more. So I've got some room to move this. So now we basically have to mark these front holes so that we know where to drill these out. I'm gonna center punch these first. Then it's a 1/4 inch drill bit. Okay, it's the same thing with this guy. I'm honestly not even gonna mark it. I'm just gonna center punch and go from there. All right, last two holes are right here. I should mark that and move it, but I'm getting lazy and in a hurry. So we're just gonna drill it. All right. All right, now we are going to take the hardware. We're going to run those through. I don't think we need washers. No, washers on the back side, it says. So we'll drop our bolts through, and then we will for everything else on the back side once we stand it up. It wants us to reinstall the back panel. We'll reuse the 3 hardware bolts that we took out of here as we put the rear on, and then we will run our bolts through this new hole that we just drilled. So I went ahead and tightened what I could. I didn't put the rear panel on yet back here. I just wanted to test fit the upper and see how it fit on the door. So I already saw a couple issues. So it's not really going down far enough. I can kind of get my hand up through here. It's too high up here. And when I went in here and looked at it, you can see that this pin is actually hitting the hinge. So I called Motobilt, spoke with them, and they recommended just cutting this down. You know, it's really not going to hurt anything. So I'm going to just kind of buzz that off and drop it back in. Okay, I chopped that off, and we went down a little bit further. I'm not sure if I got to cut these off or what, but so if you look, and I'm pretty sure I can bend this door, but I've still got a gap up here. I'm not sure if it's too high or not. It feels a little high, and of course my latch popped off. So when you look in here, I've got a pretty good gap, And I don't know if this is normal or not. The one thing I noticed though is that there are these little, looks like height adjustment collars on the upper. They have set screws in them, so I think I'm going to take those off because right now they are hitting the door. So I'm going to take those off, see how far the door sits down in. I'm assuming it's going to be too far, but they're probably going to hit this bar right here, so I'm going to do that and just kind of see what it looks like. So I took those off. Now we've got a much better fitment down here, but it is too short up top. I'm not really sure how these are supposed to fit, to be honest with you, with this kind of modification. You can still kind of see an opening down here. These really might not be as protective as I thought they were, but when I shut this door, you can see I can probably bend this enough to get it close. I think ultimately we're just gonna have a little bit of gap, but that's probably all we can do with this. So I did go around and basically just bend this door. I know from watching other people, you can kind of manipulate this however you'd like. It comes very straight. When you open it, you can kind of see, let me back up. You can see now that it's got a pretty good curve to it. And when I shut it, there's a much better seal up at the top. So I'm not 100% sure how much, I mean, I'm sure if it's raining pretty hard, it's still gonna come into the Jeep, but I was really trying to keep it from just, you know, soaking my seat and everything like that. But I'm probably gonna run it like that. I'll put you inside and you can see there is still a little bit of gap right there, but it's a lot better than it was. I don't have the inner panel on, but so now you can see there's a little bit of daylight right there, but I can keep manipulating that door. Like I said, you're gonna get a little bit in, but it's still a lot better than running nothing. So yeah, that's probably the answer. I'm just gonna run those collars off, shorten that guy a little bit, and good to go. So final step is to put the inner panel on. It goes in between this bracket and the door itself, and then mock-up is done. I'm actually not gonna do this step, but I wanted to show you guys anyways. Once you get all the bolts in, and I haven't finished yet, I just wanted to show you, you slide the inner in, line up all your holes, and then go ahead and bolt everything in. Well, I don't know how I feel about this one, guys. It's not a full hard door, I get that. It's not gonna be completely weather tight, but I was expecting a little bit better seal than what we got. I ended up bending this frame of the upper a pretty significant amount to get it to fit. And I don't hate it. It is what it is. I think that's just the nature of the beast with running this kind of setup. My intent was to run half doors with uppers occasionally in the summertime, and then once we moved into the wintertime, I would run a full hard door. So we'll see. I don't know yet if the door is going to rattle or the upper is going to flap around, but we will find out together. As far as this project goes, I'm calling it done. I've got the other side to do, but you guys don't need to see that. If you guys want to support the channel, don't forget to head over to tbnoffroad.com, click on the shop button, and pick up some of your favorite merch. We got some new stuff on the way. I know I've been saying that for a little bit, but it's sitting over there, and it looks pretty sick. If you want some more behind-the-scenes content, at TBN Offroad, Facebook and Instagram. Hopefully we see you guys on the trail soon. We are dying to get back out there. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.